I've a question for both of you. Do you guys like say you have the option of getting fortune and fame? Oh, well, not fortune. Everyone's gonna say yes to fortune, but say like, do you guys care much about the fame in terms of like, say for example, you make a movie or a song, you become a celebrity, whatever, and you become really famous and like tabloids hit you up everywhere and stuff. Like, do you strive for that, or are you just more sort of like like for me personally, I don't like fame. I like being inconspicuous, like not be in the
Come
limelight.
on,
Because
bro. You don't want to be known as the realist? Get out of
no,
here.
no, I want to be known as the realist. I want to be known as the realist around my friends and like the people who know me well. But the ones
Mm,
outside, I don't like. I
mm.
have nothing to prove to people. So like,
Yeah.
I also, because I feel that when everyone sort of has eyes on you, it sort of to get in the way of what you're trying to strive for. Because
Right.
Mhm.
everyone has an opinion now. You're like, oh, oh, you shouldn't do that because it won't work. And then you're like, oh, it did because they just did it. And then,
I totally relate to that because I always thought that fortune and establishing your own riches and finding your chunk of money in life is
Yeah.
more important than being known for it. I don't want to be known for it. I'd rather be rich and be low key about it, to be honest.
humble man.
Yeah. I mean, I try to be. I try to be. Like I try to like.
Ideally,
I'd rather not brag about me buying a nice car, for example. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine like one day, like you have a decent job, you're making good pay, and one day you're like, you know what, I want to buy a brand new car.
Yeah.
You get yourself a Supra, bro, and you
uh,
just zoom around with the 2021 Supra, bro, and you pick up your
right.
friends and you show off your car. Yeah, I don't mind showing off my nice car to my friends, my close friends. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine, but like,
Sure.
I'm,
I'll go a step further in the sense to say that I don't know if a fortune or riches really appeal to me either. Fame is a scary thing to me. It seems
it's
like
extra
I said,
pressure.
it dehumanizes
Mm.
you. It makes you unable to empathize or sympathize with
Mm.
other people because you're living very different lives,
Yeah.
right,
Mhm,
from them.
mhm.
And then they perceive you not as a person, but as an icon or as a symbol or as whatever they see you as is what you
Mhm.
are.
Yeah.
Despite that you're a multifaceted being, they don't see you as that. They can't.
Yeah. They see how one.
They don't actually know you,
Yeah.
right? So I don't want fame. I really don't. And
I don't want to either. I agree with
fortune
you.
either, because I think fortune also dehumanizes you, or eventually it skews your view of the world where you can't really completely understand the struggle
but here's
or
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Money doesn't make you numb towards understanding what people are going through. Money
yeah,
only
but a fortune
enhances
is
the.
dangerous, I think.
It could be dangerous if it falls in the wrong hands. For example, like if you take all the if you for example you win. Let's just say we'll put it in a scenario. Okay, let's just say that each of us had a chance to win like 100 mil in the lotto. Okay,
Yeah.
$100 million is a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could set you up for generations, right? You don't need to work, you don't need to do nothing. You're set. However, people that have like bad intentions from within, like they're not good people from within, it's
Yeah.
just gonna manifest with power that they receive with money. But if people are actually good, like their intentions are good, they care about others, they donate to the homeless, they help feed the poor, like people that actually like feel like Phil like mentioned, people that actually feel what others feel, you'll put the money into good use too, bro. Like
Right.
it's you have
Well,
to trust. Here's the thing: you have to trust your character, Phil. Like
Mm.
you gotta be able to be like, no
Your
matter
character,
no,
Phil. You gotta trust the character.
you
Come
gotta
on.
trust your character. It all comes down to that, You have to believe that even with X amount of money, you'll still be the Phil that everybody knows.
I feel like for me,
You know what I
well,
mean?
for me, fortune is a tool. Money for me is a tool. It's not a
Yeah, yeah.
it's not
It's
an
a
end game.
tool. It could be used
Yeah.
for good and bad.
But the
But
thing
I
is
think
about fame for me. Fame for me is like the why I disassociate fame and fortune is because fortune ultimately just it's honestly you could do much more with it because fortune
Mhm.
ultimately it's like it's depending on the currency. Like if you talk about fortune back in the day, it's not money. It's more sort of like trades and like actual like goods and stuff.
Mhm.
Whereas
Right.
today it's more bills and all that stuff. But like for me, fame is very much like this false idea of admiration that people have for themselves. Like, oh look, it's like a insecure sense of validation. It's kind of like, oh, because I have so many followers, I am
Mhm.
important. You aren't
Mhm.
because you have no followers. It's kind
There's
of like,
always been famous people.
yeah.
But why are they famous? What do they do with fame? That has probably radically
The
changed.
Kardashians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing is-
The concept of influencers who are basically walking ads.
yeah, exactly.
I
Very
died.
different.
I died when like Kim's daughter asked her own mom,
you-
like,
why you
why are we
famous?
famous?
Why
Like,
you-
why are we
Yes, and that's a
famous?
good question.
That's a good question.
Oh boy.
We got a TV show. We got a TV show.
What about TV show?
God
But
damn.
Yeah.
yeah, what I think is the danger of fortune actually is more relating to not just what it does to you, it's what happens to you when it affects the people around you.
Mm.
Because once you get the fortune, right, a lot of people around you
We're
will,
gonna start acting real different. Yep.
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And I'm afraid of what that in return does to me.
But
Well,
the
I mean-
thing is, there's certain people that turn like that. It's not everybody. Phil,
Yeah.
you gotta understand this. Like,
I'm not,
And-
I
and-
agree,
and-
with
and-
you,
the real-
not everyone, but
in
I
a
don't
sense-
want to see my close ones be affected by this.
Yeah, but in a
they
sense,
won't.
it's kind of
if
like
they if they were real ones, they
yeah,
won't.
in a sense, it's kind of like a truth
there are
serum.
good people that can still be corrupted by the influence of money. People who are in need, who see this wealth and would jump at it with the
But
opportunity.
I
It's not
tell you
because
what
they're
though.
bad people.
I'll
just
tell you
that
what though.
They're desperate.
If it's not, no, it's just because they're greedy. They want to get their hands on something. Here's the thing. For example, let's just say that one of us like wins the 100 mil. Let's just say Daryl wins it. Let's just say like
I'm going to
Daryl
an
wins it.
island. You're never seeing me again, motherfuckers.
See, I know that he's gonna do that. I know he's gonna, bro. If he wins that lotto ticket, this dude is gone. He's gonna be on the first flight ticket to
Mars.
I'm
the
going to Mars,
Cancun, bro.
I'm going to Mars. I don't care about y'all. Yeah,
Cancun
But-
than Mars.
But here's the thing: like, even if Daryl wins 100 mil tomorrow, I'm still gonna treat him the same as if he didn't win 100 mil. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, it's good fortune. Like, I'll tell him like, hey, bro, like, congrats on the money, bro. Hope you live well. Best of wishes, bro. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, bro, like that Beamer looks nice.
Buy me one. Now, the way I see it,
yeah, bro. Like, what
the way I see it though is like the people who there's always gonna be people around you that need help, regardless of you have
Yeah.
fortune or not. They're
Mm.
always gonna ask you to help you or not. So ultimately, having money is kind of the same thing as like, oh, can you help me like carry this and like move, for example? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
can you
Yeah,
lend me a hand?
but to not sound too cliche, with more power comes more responsibility.
Exactly.
Will be the
Peter
top
Parker.
dog if you get
Peter
rich.
Parker.
Right?
Yeah.
If you get rich, you're the top dog. You're
Yeah.
the one who provides. Everyone around you will look to you and expect you to give more.
Yeah,
be
but
more.
but ultimately you have to have enough respect for yourself and the others.
To say no,
No, well,
Of course.
to ultimately manage how you give them. Like, you won't give someone $1 million because they want to fix a car. Like, that's not reasonable. Ultimately,
Right.
giving them
But-
what they need, not what they want, is what
Like,
how
for example, like
But-
if you know a friend that's struggling with rent, for example, and you have 100 bill, I'd buy, yo, if he's a close
Yeah.
friend of mine and he's been good to me, bro, like, I'd buy him a house, bro,
but
and he'd
here's the
be
thing.
rent free for the rest of his life. That's a gift, and that's something.
But if
that
I
you can help
had the
him with.
mill, if I got the money, I'd get rid of it instantly. I'd give it to everyone I can think of that needs it more than me, because I don't want to deal with this whole sum of cash or
Well, that-
whatever. it
yeah,
is
but
in my
that's-
because you don't
life.
want it just sitting in the bank.
yeah,
you're
but
right.
that's still, see that if you got that fortune, you get to choose who you give it to.
yeah.
So ultimately, you are doing good. It's not like oh, say Bezos has it. He's not gonna choose to give it to you. At least you know yourself enough to that you're
Mhm.
gonna do that. So
Yeah.
having that fortune gives you the choice of actually
I'd
helping
rather
the
everyone
ones-
have it in the first place.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
have to struggle for scraps than have to go through me.
Yeah, but
You
no,
know
but the
what?
thing is,
You know
but the
Odds
thing is,
are I'm not gonna win it.
but the thing is, not everyone is lucky enough to get it, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, like the ones who do get it, who are lucky enough to manage to achieve success and get the
Yeah.
fortune that they seek to have, they have a choice to either make it sort of a gift the ones who truly deserve it, who truly need it, or you could choose the route of like, oh, I'm gonna keep all this shit to me because I want to buy a Lamborghini, or in between. You know, there's like the in between
Yeah,
part
yeah,
where
yeah.
they like sort of they do both, but like
Though
you have a choice
but-
ultimately.
Right, but for the sake of what we were discussing, I was rather referring to I would not want to live with a large sum of money.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any issue with someone obtaining a lot of money, depending on what they do with it after,
Well, yeah, but
right? But that
I
is
would have
not
bought
up
all
to
the
me.
Tesla stocks.
Oh,
well, more,
boy.
it's more the idea of acquiring the actual fame and the fortune to begin with.
Mhm.
It's not like it's ultimately it's like saying once you have achieved a certain level of success, you're going to obtain these two things, and
Right.
with those two things, you get to decide what you do with it, and ultimately that's your decision.
Right. Though what I would say is still I would maintain that those aren't goals for me.
No,
either.
yeah. That's what I'm saying, that they're not goals; they're just more like they're stepping
And
stones.
I don't think I'd be particularly happy with either one of them.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
I think a lot of
so Phil would not like to have the money, so I would be a good recipient.
I will I will be I'll be volunteering to get this lump sum. of
Yeah,
money.
I volunteer. I volunteer.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I know why Phil is saying this. I completely understand why I know where he's coming from. Why him saying like I'd rather not have it because like it could be used in better ways that I could have used it, and it's a commendable thing to say. It's very good.
Well,
But the whole thing was us saying, okay, if you stumble across a fortune because you don't
Right.
plan it, because
Right, you don't choose.
you don't
to become
exactly you
rich.
don't plan it because if
No one
listen
chooses.
if fate decided that your name is on $100 million fortune, bro, it's yours. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
you can't refuse it, but you're just gonna be like the biggest guy. But like, what the fuck? But yeah.
no, I have enough power to say no.
Well, I know. I was like, shit.
Watch
that's
me.
bragging rights to its like its finest. It's like, yo,
Watch me.
I gave you that money.
That's
I
true.
said no, so you should thank me for your success.
You can fairly like rest easy for the rest of your life knowing that.